Hey everyone, how's it going? Back again with another Friday Facebook Live. As you can see, I am outside today. Uh, it is very nice outside, and my wife is on a call, so I decided to do this outside today. And yeah, a little bit of vitamin D, enjoying the nice weather here in New Hampshire while I can. I hope you are doing the same where you are, and getting outside is just one of my favorite things to do, and I think it's probably the most important thing anyone can do. And here in New Hampshire, it's something we can only do for so long, so I'm going to take full advantage of it. But today I kind of wanted to talk about something that um, was kind of inspired me from a newsletter that Kresser sent out that I'll link to in the comments below. He sent it yesterday. And in that newsletter, there was this quote that said, "Health is a set of behaviors and activities and not a destination." And I thought that was completely like a very insightful quote, right? And that's something I've been kind of thinking about for a while as I work through coaching various clients and I see what people struggle with and what, you know, which people are successful and which people, struggle to reach their goals. And that quote couldn't be any more true because I think people think of, once they reach their goal or their destination, that they're going to, everything's going to be great, right? They're going to achieve their optimal health. They're going to, feel great, perform great, whatever their goal might be. And in reality, that's not always true, right? You might get to your goal and you might feel worse than you started. And in addition, if you get to your goal without developing a set of behaviors or a set of habits that you can sustain for your entire life, then you're likely to unsustain that that goal. Right? You won't be able to maintain it. Basically, you'll fall back into old habits that are more quote unquote maintainable, but may not be healthy, and all of a sudden you're no longer quote unquote healthy anymore because you slip back into these old habits. So, really, one of the things that I focus on a lot with my clients is doing things in a way that they can maintain for a long time, right? Whether that's weight loss or it's physical activity or performance goals or whatever, right? If I can, there's many ways to achieve a goal, but if the path we choose is unmaintainable or unsustainable for them in the long term, then they can't maintain that, whether that's weight loss or athletic performance or sleep or stress management or whatever the thing is that they're struggling with that we're trying to work on. So before I when I give clients ideas of how we might change things to work towards their goal, I always ask them, is this something that fits into your lifestyle? Is this something that you are going to be able to do for a long time, i.e. the rest of your life, so that you can develop a habit that actually sticks with you and produces lifelong change and life-lasting change. And if the answer is no to that, then I scrap that idea and I move on to something else, even though I know that that idea might or that habit might work for them, because it's completely useless if when we're done or 3 months down the road, they're no longer able to actually do the thing that I'm asking them to do. So um, the clients that I see that are most successful are always have these habits. They always have behaviors. They have things that they do consistently on a regular basis. Maybe they don't do them every day. Maybe they don't, 100% avoid, processed foods 365 days a year, all the time. And sometimes they have some processed foods, but their habit is and their behavior is always eating whole unprocessed foods. And maybe there's 1 or 2 days or a meal or something every so often where some processed foods sneak in. It's an anniversary, it's a birthday, whatever, celebration type of thing. But since their habit and their behavior is eating all whole, unnatural, whole natural whole foods, they always return back to that, right? And it doesn't end up being week-long binges on, or month-long binges, or where they fell off the wagon, they're eating all kinds of junk food. So the same could be said about exercise, same thing could be said about meditation, the same thing could be said about sleep, right? These, you might not be perfect 100% of the time, but you have the habit, you have the behavior that allows you to eat well, move well, exercise well, manage your stress and sleep well nearly all the time. And those are the clients that I find that are always constantly moving towards their goals rather than taking 2 steps forwards and 1 step back all the time. So I just wanted to talk about that. I think that it's useful to think of health as a set of behaviors, as a set of habits and activities that you've developed rather than some kind of destination that you're going to reach. Because it's those behaviors and activities and habits that you have developed that are going to not only get you to whatever your optimal state of health or whatever your optimal goal is, but it's going to allow you to maintain that then in the long term. So I encourage you to also try and shift your mindset around things, like if you have a weight loss goal or you have some type of performance goal. Think about the habits, the behaviors that you need to sustain to get there. You can eat 800 calories a day for a while, but eventually your body's gonna be like, I need some food, and you're gonna find yourself diving into that kind of Ben & Jerry's, and you're gonna do that for several days in a row. I guarantee it, because your body wants you to eat food. So is the habit you have developed sustainable? Is it actually a habit? Is it something a good habit, a healthy habit, right? Because if your ideal body weight is XYZ, but the habit you develop to get to that body weight is not healthy, are you really healthy? Something to think about. With that, I'm going to sign off today. Keep it nice and short. As always, you can reach out to me here in the comments. You can direct message me. You can send me emails. If you want to get all the content that I send out, including these Facebook Lives, as well as blog posts and newsletter stuff, delivered to your inbox on a weekly basis, so you don't have to spend too much time searching for things on social media, you can go to my website at rjbhealth.coach and sign up for my newsletter. There's a link right at the top for the newsletter. Select the newsletter link and enter your email address, and you'll be signed up for the newsletter. I send out a couple times a week. If you're interested in some health coaching, please, I have a wait list right now, but you can go to, again, on my website, rjbhealth.coach. There's a link at the top, right in the homepage at the top, to schedule a discovery call. You fill out that form and you'll be right on the wait list. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, need help, message me, leave comments here. Plenty of ways to get in contact with me. Always happy to help. And I'll talk to everyone next week. Have a good week.